thing which I did was to examine myself. So what is my strength and what is my weakness? So my strengths were listening as well as writing. So I'm a good listener as well as I used to write a lot of poems and stories. But my weakness were reading because I am a very bad reader. I hardly read books. And second weakness is my pronunciation. As you know, like நம்ம தமிழ் பசங்க தானே. So like my pronunciation would be correct. I will make lots of grammatical mistakes. So even in this video, you can find a lot of grammatical error. If you are good at it, you just mention it in the comment boxes. What are the errors did I make? Okay. So this was the first thing. I pointed out what are my strengths and what are my weakness. So I worked on my weakness more than the strength, and because strength is more like my hobby. So the practices which I did was start listening to musics. Instead of listening to music, I started listening to podcast which is narrated in English. So I just randomly play it, and I used to listen while driving, while doing my work. So another thing is my most favorite activity, which is watching movies and watching web series. So I started watching Friends series, became a big fan of all the characters in that. I was more relatable to Chandler, so that character inspired me a lot, and this helped me in enhancing my pronunciation as well as learning new vocabularies. Like I think 2-3 words I learned from friends. So like sabotage and sabbatical. In one episode, Ross will be saying sabbatical. I'm in sabbatical. He won't say I'm having a holiday. He will be saying I'm in sabbatical. So sabbatical means someone who is in the leave and getting paid. So like that, this kind of small words I used to note down, and I used to search in net and find out their meaning. Like that, I increased my vocabulary. So this was my training for listening. And coming to reading and speaking, here what my tool guide helped me. So this was the book which I followed for 1 month. This book I got along with IDP. Like after registering IDP, they sent this book to my home. So it's completely free. We paid 16,000 at least for that. They have to give this book now. So in this book there will be different modules. Like for each writing, reading, listening, there will be a lot of modules. And for writing, I used to incorporate the words which I learned like by listening and reading. I used to write random summaries to my friends. Like I think if they watch this video, they could relate it. So I used to just about Madurai or about my friends or about life or about love, or like I just write random summaries and poems and post it in the group. This was my preparation strategy. I think first of all, I had this lethargic attitude towards IELTS. Like I thought, okay, we can do it, it's not that much hard. But after watching some YouTube videos, it was like you have to be this precise in grammar, you have to use this clause, this tense, this direct speech, indirect speech, and like types of voices. And I was like, what happened? Like, oh my god, I'm not even going to secure 4 band or 3 band, I'm going to fail. I was thinking that. And then okay, I thought, let's don't confuse these things, let's do what we plan to do. And I just I did what are the things I said before in a random manner. Like there was no proper schedule, like this thing I have to do this time. Like I just took 1 hour from my day and used it for IELTS preparation. So this is the summary of my IELTS preparation strategy, and which helped me to yield a band of 7. So that's surprising. Like I didn't expect this much, but it's in a short span of time. This is the thing. That's all. So finally, we are in Q&A session. So a few days before, I posted a story in Instagram, as well as many people have texted me in WhatsApp also regarding many doubts. First question was, it is mandatory, whether writing IELTS is mandatory. I will share my answer based on my experience. So I can't be sure about answering this. So first I will say, like I started applying for some university before writing IELTS, and all of them got rejected because they were some like around 3 to 4 were stating the same thing, like you have to submit your English proficiency test report. So I had a medium of instruction certificate which is provided by my university, my master's university. I showed them, I mailed them, but those universities said, like that abroad universities said, like we can't accept this. We need like a valid English proficiency exam or test. So there at the point I decided like IELTS, I should write IELTS. But there are some universities which they accept this kind of medium of instruction certificate provided by our home institute, so like where we did our masters or bachelor's. So you better decide where you're gonna study and which university you're gonna choose, and then you just mail them regarding whether it's IELTS is mandatory or you can submit your media form instruction certificate. If so, you can save 16,000 rupees. You don't need to write, but I'm not that much fortunate. So question 2 was how to choose universities abroad. Like for how can I search? Actually this is not related to IELTS. Anyway, I will answer. I will just share my experience. I am not kind of a counselor or to guide you or something. I will just as a friend I will share my experience. I searched find a PhD and PhD portal, and then like I was looking for jobs also. So jobs UK. My most preference was towards UK, so that's the reason I wrote IELTS UKVI also. If there is a person in the university or in abroad, if there is a person to guide us, means it would be so great. Like it would be so easy. But if there is no one, means it's better you just search it in YouTube and browse it in Google, so that you will get an idea which is relatable to us. Third question, what is the pass mark in IELTS? So there is now such thing called pass mark, but most top universities demand more than 7 band. So at least like 7 or some above 7 band. So if you get more than 6.5 or 7 itself, it's great. If you check the list of a top university like Harvard, MIT or Oxford, any university, they will be asking 7 or more than 6.5. So if you like, what you might think that if I get 4 or 5, whether I won't get any universities. Yeah, there will be some universities which is accepting even 5. Question number 4. So what are the free resources available for IELTS preparation in online? So as I said, like I didn't join any coaching classes, or like there was no one to guide me like in the proper way. I prepared myself. My resources were, the first thing was this book. So I, from the top to bottom, I just referred this book, and there are some worksheets also in this end of the book, so you can like you will get an experience how the exam will be. And another thing, the good thing is they have mentioned about something burlingtonenglish.com. So I visited that website. It helped me a lot. Like it just gave the exact scenario how IELTS exam will be conducted in the center. That can be accessed only we register for the exam. I think there was a code here in the note. So if you check, there was some code. So after entering the code, I got access to that, and there I learned a lot. It was like a real-time experience of how the exam will be conducted. I was following a Prep Eve webinar. So as you know, if we search for something in Google, and the ads will come in YouTube and Instagram and everywhere. So there, while watching YouTube video, this Prep Eve webinar ad came in between, and the webinar was so interesting and it was free. So actually it was like advertisement to join their classes, but his free webinar itself was so resourceful, and it was so informative. So I have to thank him also, and the Prep Eve YouTube channel. So my task was to complete this book completely. There was like 3 worksheets in the end. So I thought before entering the exam, I have to complete this 3 worksheets, and I have to complete the whole playlist, which not even playlist, like every video of that Prep Eve YouTube channel. Apart from that, there were other YouTube channels like E for IELTS, then some like there were random. Like I'm more kind of YouTube learner only, so I checked lot of YouTube videos in different channels, and then these were my free resources. Apart from that, thank you AI. So I used ChatGPT to enhance my writing. As I said, so I used to write long summaries of different topics, and who will someone that should to correct the mistakes. So I used to give it to ChatGPT, and it was my investigator. So it used to check, and just giving a normal comment like check this paragraph for grammatical error, and how much band will I secure. Just I give that, and I paste that paragraph which I typed, and it will check all the errors, and it will mention what is the problem, like how can be rectified, and it will give the band result. So first 4 times I was getting only 5 to 6 band, and I was like, oh, or like I'm dead. Like that's all. This was it was very terrible. And then after practices, I started getting around 6.5 and 7, and that was somewhat good. So for writing, I used ChatGPT, and for listening and listening, I used friends and podcast. And for reading, I took this book as my guide. And for speaking, I like to thank my friend. So she was helping me in last few weeks. Like, so I used to call her and I said like, ask me some random questions so that I will answer. Like it will be like. Very different, like so suddenly the questions will be, she will be asking from seasons to something, how what is special in your city, and something like what job you are doing, like this, like it will be random shifts of questions, so that how I think spontaneously and put my thoughts into words. So that she helped me a lot. So you can just have a partner, so that you can train yourself in the speaking area without even spending a single penny. So I was so fortunate and blessed to have these many free online resources. I don't know whether the previous generation was sophisticated with these kind of environment, but like a chat GPT and YouTube and various websites now are available free, and we can train ourselves as efficient as we want. And the fifth question is, what is the study plan? So how can I focus and concentrate for the preparation? As previously I mentioned, I itself is a kind of clumsy guy who was not focusing and have not had a perfect study plan, and I'm here to suggest you a study plan. Okay, but I have an idea, but I couldn't follow it properly. If you could follow, I think surely you can get a band of 7 or 8, above 8. So I'll just share that idea. If you like, you can just follow it. First thing is just analyze yourself, like what are your strength and what are your weakness. And there are 4 modules, so you can spend each week for each module. So you just book your exam prior 1 month, and so that you can get enough of time. More than 1 month, it's appreciable, but like it's up to your convenience. You can just split your each module for each week. And the tips and tricks include all the free resources which I mentioned before. So you can use all those resources in studying for this each module. And so if you spend 1 week for each module, it's enough, I guess. So the last 6th question is how the exam is conducted. So whether it is easy or difficult. So whether it's easy or difficult is based on the effort you put. And I will just explain how the exam will be. It comprises of 4 modules, as I said: listening, reading, writing, and then speaking. Important thing I forgot to mention in the previous information is reading, listening, and writing. These 3 modules will be happening all together at the same time, like without any break or something. Like, so if it start by 9 o'clock, it will be happening till 12 o'clock. So each section, each module will be happening for 1 hour, 1 hour. Each will be having 40 questions. So we have to answer those 40 questions in 1 hour. Okay, so this is the overall structure. Coming to the speaking section, it can happen on the same day on your exam date, like which is along with reading, listening, writing. Otherwise, it can happen 1 week before also. So as well as it can happen 1 week after your listening, reading, writing exam. Like you have to be little prepared about like if your speaking test is scheduled 1 week before. So this can happen for some people. Thank God for me, it happened on the same day. And mostly I think for IELTS UKVI candidates, all the exams are happening on the same day. And another thing, for IELTS UKVI, the exam centers are so less. Like I couldn't get any exam centers in my near place. The only place was at Chennai. So I have to travel to Chennai. Thank God they fixed it the same date. Otherwise I have to travel 2-3 times. So, and the speaking test will happen for around 10 to 15 minutes, like not more than 15 minutes. So this is the overall structure of IELTS exam. Hope I covered all the important topics. I will try to make a separate video on each and every minute details, like what are the things will be asked in each module, how many tasks will be there, how the questions will be asked. I think I can make it as a separate video. Already this video length is so huge, and I hope I summarized everything. Hope you found this video useful. So there might be little errors and grammatical mistakes in the video. Kindly pardon me, because I'm just a tyro, not a fluent English speaker yet. So if you have any doubts regarding this topic, kindly mention it in the comment section so that I can make series of videos related to this topic. And I like to end this video with a thought. Whatever the situation may be, or however the people around us may criticize, just dream big and work hard for your dream, and you can achieve it. So if you love this video, kindly like, comment, share, and hit the subscribe button. And you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and the links are in the description. Kindly check it out. Bye. See you.